Hello and welcome to the channel. Former Zamfara State Governor Abdulaziz Yari, who contested but lost the Senate presidency to Godswill Akpabio, has been arrested by the Department of State Services (DSS). It would appear former CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele, under the custody of the state police, is singing like a bird, and it was his information that indicted the senator. Details coming up. Subscribe, like, share, and comment. Thank you. Nigerian Secret Police (DSS) detains former Zamfara Governor Yari over 45 billion naira Buhari re-election fund. The Department of State Services (DSS), Nigeria Secret Police, has detained former Zamfara State Governor and serving Senator Abdulaziz Yari over 45 billion naira re-election fund released under former President Muhammadu Buhari's administration. Authoritative sources told Sahara reporters that Yari was implicated by the detained governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, Godwin Emefiele, who alleged that the former governor received 45 billion naira from the CBN to fund Buhari's re-election in 2019. Emefiele has been in detention of the DSS since the second week of June after his suspension by the President Bola Tinubu's government, which is investigating him for corruption-related issues and abuse of office. Sahara reporters had reported how Emefiele also named a fellow suspended head of agency, Abdulrasheed Bawar, of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC), as an alleged accomplice in the Naira redesign scam which rocked the country months ago. During the inauguration of the 10th National Assembly, Yari had remained adamant despite the zoning of the All Progressives Congress and contested against Godswill Akpabio, the current Senate President, who is also Tinubu's stooge. Yari was the favored candidate of the Buhari cabal to clinch the Senate presidency, but he lost to Akpabio, who got 63 votes. Sources told Sahara reporters on Saturday that both Emefiele and Bawar both implicated Yari, and the DSS had to come after him. DSS agents have been tracking him, Yari, since returning from London for medical care as soon as he lost the Senate presidency. The detained EFCC chair, Bawar, also implicated Yari in a detailed manner regarding how Yari was doing deals with Emefiele. Emefiele in turn accused Bawar of working for Yari, one of the sources said. Sahara reporters had on June 17 reported that Yari lobbied the leadership of opposition political parties and spent billions of naira on his aspiration. Sources had insisted that the former governor was betrayed by leadership of some opposition parties. One of them had added, in Senna climbs, everything should not end with Yari's loss in the Red Hallowed Chamber on June 13, 2023. A post-mortem of how Yari accumulated a humongous amount of money he used to cause division along regional and religious lines, earning him the title of rebel leader. To borrow from Senator Shehu Sani's succinct description of his posture is urgent and necessary. Even Akpabio should be investigated, so it won't be a one-way issue. Yari started the contest for Senate President immediately after the declaration of his victory as Senator representing Zamfara West Senatorial District in February 2023. He particularly instrumentalized the lesser Hajj of the last Ramadan, mid-April 2023, to meet and induce Muslim senators-elect with mouth-watering bunches of dollars in Saudi Arabia. In Abuja, Yari booked floors of rooms at the Transcorp Hilton and Continental hotels for the senators-elect through May and June 2023, escalating the cost of booking in the two hotels to a record high. It was widely speculated that Yari bribed new senators with houses in the Karsana area of Abuja and was prepared to buy the votes of 60 senators at $1 million each. To conclude, now that the game is over, Yari's action against consensus should be treated with a strategic outlook to avoid the threat it poses to national stability in the future. Investigating the source of Yari's stupendous wealth that he deploys to disrupt decency in political engagement is apt and timely, another source added. Subscribe, like, share, comment, and please turn the notification bell on. Thank you. A good starting point is retrieving as many open files since 2007, with the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) and thoroughly screening his asset declaration form vis-a-vis his legitimate ventures. Sahara reporters had also in August 2022 reported how details emerged on how Yari, together with the suspended Accountant General of the Federation (AGF), Ahmed Idris, pilfered about 84 billion naira and $2.2 billion in the 9 oil-producing states, on how Idris, Yari, and others illegally shared 84.7 billion naira. An EFCC official had said, "We found out that there was an agitation by 9 oil-producing states on the depletion of the excess crude account without the payment of their 13% derivation fund. This agitation was tabled before the post-mortem subcommittee of the Federal Account Allocation Committee, FAAC. It was further revealed that the post-mortem subcommittee came up with a figure of about $2.2 billion as what was due to these 9 states. This amount was to be deducted over a 16-month period on a quarterly basis. 11.5% of this figure, which is equivalent to 84.7 billion naira, was put aside for the payment of some public officials to facilitate this payment. Even after the determination of this amount by the post-mortem subcommittee, the service of Olusegun Akindele and Company Limited, a company belonging to the second defendant, was procured under the guise of consultancy. 84.7 billion naira, which is 11.5%, was paid to Akindele Olusegun and Company through First Bank PLC. The sum of 84.39 billion naira, equivalent to 9.84% less bank charges, was what was shared among the various parties. We wrote a letter to First Bank PLC to get a statement of account of the company. From the statement of account, we found out that the first payment was on February 12, 2021. There was an accumulative payment of over 21 billion naira. Before the payment was made, the balance on the account was 451,631 naira, and the source of the payment was from FAAC's escrow account. Investigation revealed that this account was under the control of the first defendant, Idris, and the third defendant, Usman, who was the director of the Federation account in the office of the AGF. That's the news, guys. Thanks for listening. Until next time. Bye.